Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Elizabeth Cohen. Students can call me Dr. Cohen. Some people call me Dr. Liz, although I'm trying to fade that one out. Other people call me Dr. Zab, because like it's a nickname for Elizabeth. I don't know, whatever. Dr. Z, I don't know. I go by all sorts of things. And the reason you're watching this video is because I am your instructor for COMM105, which is Introduction to the Gosh, is it Introduction to Mass Media is what I have on the syllabus, but it used to be called Mass Comm. And actually, I think now it's called Foundations of Mass Communication. It's all the same. Because what we're going to be talking about is just sort of a crash course in understanding the sociology and psychology of media effects. And when we talk about media, I'm not just talking about like the media. Like a lot of people think when I say that, they mean like, oh, the media is so biased. Like this is a class on Fox News or something like that. No, no, no. I mean, yes, news is part of it, but when we talk about media, it's plural of a medium. It could refer to any sort of channel that we use to communicate through. So the fact that we're communicating right now, or at least I'm communicating with you through a computer, right? So that's mediated communication right there because there's something going in between us. So we're going to be talking about all different types of media, social media, television, health campaigns, political campaigns, all sorts of things, anything that sort of intersects with mass communication. Okay, so this introduction video is supposed to really just sort of walk you through the syllabus a little bit. If you're seeing this video, hopefully you also have access at least to the syllabus. You won't have access to all of the course material until whatever the day the course starts. Probably like midnight on like the 24th. And at that time, you can like go through all different types of things like the lectures, PowerPoint presentations, things like that. But if you want to get a little jump start, this will give you a nice little overview of what's going to be going on in the class. Okay, already told you my name. We're moving right along here. So there is a book, and shoot, I should have, hold on one second. I'm going to just grab it. I should have got it off my desk. Hold on one second. Okay, and now you're getting to hear the dogs. Hey, Jolene! And look at my poor bewildered cat right there. Just like, what the heck? Yeah, if this gets too much, I'll just edit it out. Jolene, come here. This is Jolene. This is the large dog, and she's kind of, hey, say hi to the camera. She's normally outside, but we just had a rainstorm and I brought her in. She guards the chickens, but now she harasses the pugs. So, okay, so sorry. So what I just ran to get was this is the textbook for the class. I've been using this textbook for years. It's actually written by two people who used to be professors here at WVU. And so, whatever, the content is near and dear to my heart. That said, I think this is a great textbook. However, I really think that this textbook is more optional than required. It really depends on how you like to learn. I don't test you or quiz you on any information that's not in my summary lectures. So if you feel better about getting the information from lectures, which is kind of like this, where I'm talking really fast, but it's a little better because like I'll have a PowerPoint presentation for you too, so you don't have to like look at my face the whole time. Then go for it. Like, you might want to try that. But if you are just like, I don't want any of that, and I also want like some supplemental information, like go ahead, get that textbook. It'll come in really handy. Okay. And again, I'm trying to show you, it's not like that big or anything. And there's, lots of pictures. I don't know. Okay. There's lots of words too, but okay, that's a bad example. Wait, look at this one. Like, pictures of emoticons, it takes up half the page right there. So yeah, textbook is suggested, not required. I'm not going to know whether you get it or not, but if you end up like sort of like struggling with the other things in the class, it might be something you want to look into. You can go on the publisher's website and get an e-copy of the textbook too. I have that information on the syllabus. And then I have all this stuff about what the setup of the course is because it's asynchronous, which means that obviously we're not doing this live. You're going to be doing this class on your own time. The only sort of boundaries with that is that I'm going to post all the content for the week at once. And you can do it day by day. I kind of have things organized. If you look at the very end of the syllabus where the schedule is, basically because this is a summer class, things are condensed where every regular lecture that we would have done in a regular semester, like we would have covered a week, I've condensed it down to a day. So basically it's like Monday there's a lecture, Tuesday there's a lecture, Wednesday there's a lecture, Thursday there's a lecture, and Friday that's different. I'll get to that in a second. And if you want, you can do it where every day you watch the lecture and then afterwards there's a quiz to take and you can take that quiz. And you can do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fine, whatever. Or you could wait until Thursday and do all 4 of them. The only requirement is that you've got to get everything done by Sunday for the week, okay? And then the next week is the same thing, where I'll post a week's worth of content and you can kind of do it little by little, or you can do it all in one swoop. I don't care, so long as the content that gets posted on Monday needs to be completed by Sunday. Again, all of this stuff is on the... I really wanted the dogs to be able to stay here. All right, chill out. I have all this stuff on the end of at the end of your syllabus where the schedule is, so you can just kind of see like what the dates are. But again, these dates are like not exactly they're not hard deadlines. The only hard deadlines is on Sunday. With the exception of the last week. I know it's like, how many exceptions can you have, lady? So there is an exception because when the semester ends, okay, I'm definitely going to have to edit this out. Please hold. Thank you. So as I was saying, the only exception to this is that because of how the summer semester is, the very last week of class ends, like where I have to have grades submitted by like Sunday. So I can't give you until Sunday to do the assignments. So instead, the things for the last week are due on Friday. So usually everything is due by Sunday, except for the last week when it's due on Friday. And that's it. So as I already mentioned, just thinking about like what type of assignments are in here. So I already mentioned quizzes. You could look at quizzes as exams, quizzes, I don't know. All it is basically I'm going to give a lecture and then I'm going to ask you questions about that lecture. And what you need to do is go on eCampus and there's going to be this like, pop-up exam quiz. I think it's called a test on eCampus. But it doesn't really matter, quiz, test, whatever. And then you can just sit there, you can use your notes, and you can answer all of the questions. That doesn't mean, I just want to warn you, it doesn't mean that everybody gets 100% credit on the questions because like some of them, require some thinking. And, it's easy in some ways, but I don't want you to think that it's so easy that, I guess what I should say is make sure you you give yourself a little time to do it so that you can spend time making sure you get the right answers. But they are multiple choice questions, true or false, those types of things. And each quiz has 10 questions, okay? So again, as I mentioned before, you get 4 lectures a week and 4 quizzes a week, which means that in total, there are 12 quizzes that are going to be offered in this class. However, I'm only going to count 10 of those quizzes. So if you get a bad grade on a quiz, something that you don't like, then it's not the end of the world because I'll end up dropping it at the end. Or let's say that you do 10 quizzes and you like your grades and you just don't want to do 2 quizzes. That's okay. This is to give you a little bit of flexibility. Maybe something comes up where you can't do a quiz for some reason, and this way it doesn't really hurt you. Likewise, like I said, if there's a quiz grade where you're like, shoot, I wish I would have done better. Again, it's not the end of the world. You can always just take another quiz and do it. So I'm only counting 10 of the 12 quizzes. The other big assignments in this class are discussion board reflections. So each week, so I mentioned before on Fridays, I don't have a lecture scheduled and I don't do a quiz. And instead, I'm going to have little prompts on the discussion board. The discussion board's public, so other people can read your responses. Although, tricky, you actually can't see what other people wrote until you submit yours. So it might look like you're like, oh my gosh, nobody's done it yet. Well, not necessarily. Once you submit your response, you can see what other people have written. But anyway, this is an informal writing assignment. And I'm going to have about 3 prompts per week. Just asking you things that are related to the content. You don't respond to all of those prompts. You can choose one of the 3 prompts to respond to. So you can kind of play to your strengths. This is informal. This isn't like a research project or anything like that. It is looking at how well you can kind of integrate the course content into applying it to your own life, or thinking about different things that maybe you've seen. Like maybe it'll ask you to go find an article that like a news article or something that looks at some of the things we've talked about. Like, so there are things like that. And I'm not looking for a long response, like maybe a couple paragraphs would do, right? This is like, think about it as like a very short, informal, journal-y type, essay type of assignment. I don't care about like, you know, formatting or anything like that. You can be informal with it, those types of things. I just want like good ideas, again, that integrate things from the class. So again, you get 3 prompts each week. You only have to do one of those prompts. And just like the quizzes, there's a little bit of leeway. So one week you don't even have to do a prompt at all. So you really only have to do two. You only have to respond to 2 prompts. So you only have to post 2 discussion board posts throughout the entire semester. So that way, if you, for instance, did a discussion board prompt the first week and you did it the second week, you wouldn't need to do it the last week. Okay? Likewise, though, let's say that you didn't do as well as you wanted on one of your discussion board posts. Okay, just do another one and try to do better, and then I'll replace your grade. You know, I'll just take the 2 highest grades on the discussion board. Okay? But those are the assignments. You've got quizzes like every day, or you could just, you know, pick a day and do 4 in one day. And then you've got discussion board prompts. And I've got here, you know, things like you can kind of figure out like how to calculate your own grade, which, you know, just a word of advice on that. Don't let eCampus do it for you, because eCampus doesn't, if eCampus tells you what your grade is, it's not going to be accurate, because eCampus can't read the syllabus. So eCampus doesn't know that I'm going to drop some of these assignments and things like that. So you kind of have to like keep track of your own points. And then, you know, there's just like some course policies. Like, I mean, this is like the bread and butter of a syllabus, like a full page of just like text about things like academic dishonesty and deadlines and things like that. You can read all that on your own. Don't sell course material, you know, social justice is good, those types of things. And then, as I already pointed out before, you know, you've got this nice little calendar to sort of like keep track of things. But again, I just want to, you know, emphasize that the trick of this course is that you got to be kind of, you got to be self-motivated, right? Because we're not going to be meeting every week. And so it's kind of like up to you to like make sure that you do all the assignments. But there's so much flexibility in it. So you can kind of get into whatever routine you need to sort of get through the 3 weeks. And I will probably be grading assignments on Monday, if not sooner. So like, because they're due on Sunday. So what I'll try to do is look at them all on Monday. Sometimes if you submit them sooner, you'll get them graded sooner. And actually, like, your quizzes will be, for the most part, unless there's open-ended answers, be automatically graded. So you can kind of get feedback, and then once you get feedback on the first things you do, then hopefully you'll have more confidence to do the next week's assignments and stuff like that. So, but that's really it. That's the gist of the course. I hope that you enjoy it. You know, there's a lot of challenges with these online courses in terms of like you can't really have the benefit of like seeing other classmates and stuff like that. But I hope the discussion board will like give us an opportunity to kind of like come together, and so you will not feel as alone. On that note, I wanted to mention that I don't have like formal office hours, like where you just like drop in. Like I'm not going to be like sitting here with my camera on, like twiddling my thumbs, you know. But I am really, really flexible. Like give me like 24 hours notice and we can set up a phone call or a Zoom call, whatever you need. Last summer, I actually did have a thing where I was just like stood in front of my computer on Thursdays in case people wanted to brainstorm about whatever their discussion post was going to be. And I was hoping that like a bunch of people, not everybody, but a few people would show up and we could kind of like talk together. Nobody showed up. So I'm not going to do it this year, unless, it's something that like a few of you want to do, in which case I'm happy to organize that again. I do want to make myself available. I just need like a little bit of notice because I don't have a exact set schedule in the summer. But like I said, it's very flexible, and I want to help you get through the class. So please reach out if you need anything. My email is on the syllabus, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you, even if it's not like in person or face to face. I'm looking forward to getting to know your work. So thank you so much. Looking forward to the keep. It's weird to call it a semester, but the 3-week semester. Looking forward to it. Have a good one. Bye.